Welcome to Everyday Cooking. If you haven't subscribed the channel yet, please click the subscribe button and the bell icon to stay connected, and it is absolutely free. Today let us see 6 instant dosa recipes. Our first recipe will be crispy ragi rava dosa. For this, take 1 cup of ragi flour, quarter cup of rice flour, quarter cup of semolina or rava, required amount of salt, and 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. Mix this well. To this, we are going to add buttermilk, about 1 cup of buttermilk. Add this and mix well. Add the buttermilk little by little and you have to get a loose batter. And if a cup of buttermilk is not enough, you can very well add a little more, or you can even add some water to this. Note that your batter should be loose and little runny too, otherwise you can always add little water and mix this well, and this has to sit for another half an hour. It is all set to prepare dosas now. Spread the batter on the hot tawa. Make sure your tawa is so hot. Pour some oil over the dosas and turn this and cook well. This is ready now, and here is your crispy ragi rava dosa. Next is instant bread dosa. For this I am going to take 5 slices of bread. Here I am using whole wheat and grain bread. Don't need to go for any specific bread for this, you can use any kind of bread. Now add the bread into the mixing jar and powder it. Powder it as fine as possible. This is ready. Now let us transfer this into another bowl. To this, add 1/3 cup of rice flour, 2 tablespoons of besan flour, that is gram flour, quarter cup of curd, the required amount of salt, and half a teaspoon of baking soda. If you are more health conscious and want to avoid baking soda, you can always avoid it. Baking soda will give a little softness to the batter, but it doesn't make much difference. Add enough water and make a loose batter. You can use this batter as it is to prepare dosa. When you add a little tempering, the dosa will taste so good. So next is the tempering. Pour some oil in a pan. To this, add half a teaspoon of mustard seeds and half a teaspoon of split black gram, that is urud dal. Once the mustard starts popping, add few curry leaves. Next, a teaspoon of cumin seeds. Finally, a quarter cup of chopped onions. Fry the onions well until it is translucent. Tempering is ready. Now let us add this into the dosa batter. Give a nice mix. Have a look at the batter. The batter has to be in this consistency. Spread the batter in a hot greased tawa. Spread enough oil. Turn both sides and cook properly. Our dosa is ready, we can take it out now. any type of chutney and a sambar will be a great combination for this dosa. Next is crispy wheat dosa. For this, first let us take 1 cup of rice flour. To this add 1 cup of whole wheat flour, the required amount of salt, and enough water to make it into a batter. Add water little by little, no lump should be formed. Finally, we need a runny batter, but for now I haven't added enough water to make it runny. Just add enough water to make a batter without lumps. To this add half a cup of chopped onions, 1 or 2 green chilies chopped, a handful of coriander leaves and few curry leaves, half a teaspoon of cumin seeds, half a teaspoon of crushed pepper, and now the ingredients are over. Give a nice mix and we are going to add enough water to make this into a thin batter. Your batter has to be very runny. This is perfect. If it is runny, then only if you pour it on a hot tawa, it will spread easily. Now let us spread it on a hot tawa. Make sure your tawa is very hot, and if you find it difficult to spread like this, just tilt the tawa and spread it. Now let us spread some oil. Once this is ready, the sides will come out. At that point, you can turn this. Cook properly on either side till it is crispy. Our wheat dosa is ready. A sambar and a simple coconut chutney will be a best combination for this. Hope you. Next, let us see besan chilla. For this, we need a cup of gram flour, that is besan. To this, add a quarter cup of chopped onions, few coriander leaves finely chopped, 1 green chili and a small piece of ginger finely chopped, half a teaspoon of chili powder, quarter teaspoon of turmeric powder, required amount of salt, and half a teaspoon of cumin seeds. Give a nice mix before adding water, it will help avoiding lumps. Now add enough water and make a free-flowing batter. The consistency of the batter should be neither thick nor thin, it has to be like this. So the batter is ready. Now heat your tawa and spread the batter. Spread little oil. Turn both sides and cook properly. Our dosa is ready. We can take it out and you can serve this with some sambar or chutney. Our next recipe is Crispyrava Dosa. For this, take 1 3/4 cups of maida, that is all-purpose flour. To this, add 1 cup of rava, that is suji. Now add enough water and mix well, no lump should be formed. We need a loose batter. The rava should become soft, so let this rest for another half an hour. After half an hour of rest, add the required amount of salt. and add enough water to make a runny, loose batter. Now set this aside, let us finish the tempering and then let us add even more water into this. For the tempering, pour some oil in a pan. To this add half a teaspoon of mustard seeds, half a teaspoon of urud dal, that is split black gram. Once the urud dal becomes slightly brown, you can add half a teaspoon of crushed pepper. Next is a teaspoon of cumin seeds, few chopped curry leaves, 1 or 2 chopped green chilies, few chopped coriander leaves, and half a cup of finely chopped onions. Give a nice saute. The onions has to turn translucent. Add the required amount of salt and again give a nice saute. The onions has become translucent now. At this stage you can switch off the flame and transfer this into the batter. Now start adding more water and make this runny. Only if your batter is runny, the dosa will be crispy. Pour the batter on a hot dosa tawa. Spread some oil. Turn both sides and cook properly until it is crispy. This is ready. You can take it out and serve this with some sambar and chutney. Finally, let us prepare dosa with cooked rice. For this, take a cup of cooked rice. To this, add a quarter cup of rice flour, a quarter cup of curd, and the required amount of salt. Let us grind this once before adding water. By this way, you can grind this properly without any lumps. This is ready. Now add the required amount of water. Now grind this to get a smooth batter. The batter is ready. It has to be free flowing like this. To this, let us add 2 tablespoons of suji, that is rava, and finally a quarter teaspoon of baking soda. Mix this well, and before preparing dosa, let this rest for 5 or 10 minutes. The batter is ready. It has to be like this. Now let us prepare dosa. Now spread this very gently. You have used cooked rice, so this batter will be little sticky, so don't press. Be gentle while spreading. Spread some oil. Let us close this and cook one side. This is ready. Now turn it and cook until it is lightly brown and crispy. Here our dosa is ready. Like regular dosa, you can have this with some sambar or chutney. Plain onion sambar, coconut chutney or tomato chutney will be very nice for this. So here our dosas are ready. Hope you like the recipe. We'll join you in another interesting recipe and don't forget to subscribe our channel.